It began like any modern fairy tale, a stunning engagement ring, heartfelt promises, and a whirlwind romance that swept 27-year-old Lisa Holloway off her feet. But beneath the glimmering diamond and sweet texts was a chilling truth. The ring was fake, and the man she loved was spiraling into a darkness she couldn't see. Until it was too late. This is the story of obsession, manipulation, and how love turned lethal. Stay with us as we unravel the tragic murder of Lisa Holloway and the twisted lies that led to it. Lisa Holloway was a radiant young woman living in Phoenix, Arizona. She had a solid career in marketing, a tight-knit group of friends, and an infectious smile that lit up every room. She had dreams of running her own boutique firm someday, and was known to be the one who always remembered birthdays, sent thank you cards, and stayed after events to help clean up. In May 2022, she met Daniel Brewer on a dating app. He was charming, attentive, and seemingly perfect. His profile was full of romantic quotes, professional photos, and a bio that read, "Looking for forever." Daniel was 31, said he worked in cybersecurity, and had the gift of words. Within weeks, he was sending her good morning texts, planning weekend getaways, showing up at her work with flowers, and even introducing her to his parents, who, as we later discover, weren't his parents at all. By August, Lisa's Instagram featured a glimmering engagement ring and a caption that read, "Forever starts now." But it wasn't love. It was a trap. Just days after the proposal, Lisa's best friend, Nicole, raised questions. The diamond looked off. Almost plastic, Nicole later told police. Lisa brushed it off. Daniel had said it was a family heirloom. But curiosity led Nicole to take a discreet photo of the ring and run a reverse image search. What she found shattered the illusion. The exact ring was being sold on an online costume jewelry site for $19.99. When Nicole confronted Lisa, the truth came flooding in pieces. Lisa admitted Daniel's stories had started to change. He avoided answering about his job, his parents had disappeared, and now, she suspected the ring wasn't the only lie. Lisa started quietly documenting everything. As Lisa started pulling back emotionally, Daniel began spiraling. Texts went from sweet to suffocating. "Where are you? Who are you with? You promised me forever. I sacrificed everything for you." Then came the digital trail. Daniel had hacked into her cloud account. He was reading her emails, tracking her calendar, and even disabling her phone from his laptop. When Lisa confronted him, he broke down sobbing. He claimed he had abandonment trauma, begged for forgiveness, and promised to start therapy. Lisa agreed to stay, cautiously. But things got worse. Lisa began receiving anonymous messages. "He knows where you are. He's watching." Security footage from her apartment complex would later show Daniel sitting in his car outside her building almost nightly. Digging deeper, Nicole ran Daniel's name through online public records. What came back was terrifying. Daniel Brewer was not his real name. His birth name was Daniel Whitmore. In 2017, he was charged with cyber-stalking an ex-girlfriend in Nevada. The charges were dropped due to lack of evidence. In 2019, he had a restraining order filed against him in Colorado. Lisa was devastated. She had fallen in love with a lie. She began planning her escape, saving messages, documenting his behavior, and planning to leave without triggering a violent response. On September 15th, Lisa met Daniel in a public park to end the relationship. She was calm, respectful, and clear. Witnesses recall seeing her hand back the ring, an act that seemed to enrage Daniel. He screamed. He begged. Then he went quiet. Lisa walked away. On September 23rd, Lisa went out for dinner with co-workers. She texted Nicole. "He hasn't stopped texting. I'm scared." She never made it home. Her body was discovered the next morning by a jogger near Echo Canyon trailhead. She'd been strangled and left under a tarp. Police quickly zeroed in on Daniel. His alibi was thin, and GPS data showed his phone near Lisa's last known location the night of the murder. But the most damning evidence was digital. A deleted draft email. "If I can't have her, no one will." Deleted search history. How to delete GPS location permanently. Smartwatch data showing rapid heart rate spikes around the time of death. Security camera footage of his car at the trailhead. He was arrested 2 days later, attempting to board a bus out of state using a fake ID. At trial, Daniel pled not guilty. He claimed Lisa had been talking to other men and that they had simply drifted apart. Prosecutors painted a far more chilling picture. A manipulative man with a history of stalking and lies who created a fantasy life and murdered to preserve it. A forensic psychiatrist testified that Daniel suffered from obsessive delusional disorder, aggravated by abandonment trauma. The jury took less than 3 hours to return a verdict, guilty. First-degree murder. He was sentenced to life without parole. Lisa's family launched the Real Love Doesn't Hurt Foundation to help educate people on digital stalking, emotional manipulation, and coercive control in relationships. They work with local police departments to train officers to recognize signs of stalking and abuse, even when it happens online. Her story has become part of a national discussion about digital safety in relationships. If you or someone you love is in a controlling or obsessive relationship, speak up. Watch for the signs: isolation, manipulation, digital surveillance. What seems like love could be something far more dangerous. Like, share, subscribe, and never ignore the red flags. This is True Crime Hub. And this was The Engagement Ring Was Fake. The murder wasn't.